So our next step is to start adding some color, and you may use either crayons or the oil pastels in our tray. When we clean the oil pastels up, they do go in rainbow order around the outside, and then our neutrals are always in the middle. So browns, blacks, whites, grays. So you choose which material. You can even do both if you would like, but we are only doing cool colors in the water. So purples, blues, and greens. And just like when we drew the patterns, you are coloring in a pattern. So for example, if this bottom shape is going to be purple here, then they should be that way all the way down that particular pattern. So these are better for bigger spaces because they are a thicker material. So if you need to get smaller, you could use the crayons with that in your smaller spaces. We don't have to color everything, but you are going to color a lot of that pattern work that you have done. If you start going off the edge like I'm going to need to here, I'm going to put a mat underneath my work so that I'm not coloring on the table, but I can go off the edge with that oil pastel or crayon, whatever you're using, and then that will protect the table. So you can see I'm moving the three colors around, the three cool colors, and I'm not coloring everything in the pattern, but a lot of it, so that I can leave some areas for the paint. So if you want to also add your oil pastels or crayon to the sky, then you're going to be using the opposite colors, which would be our warm colors. So the red, orange, and yellow, and if I just want to use red and yellow or just yellow and orange, it's totally up to you. So what you can try to do in any of the areas that you'd like is you can try to work on a little bit of mixing or blending. So I'm going to take the yellow a little bit outside of this black Sharpie line, and then I'm going to take the orange, and it's nice and dark. This thing is cracked. So I'm going to take the orange and then start blending it with the yellow edge there. So I can go dark here around the edges, and then I'm going up to that line where I had put the yellow. And then you can go back over again with the yellow, and you can see you can kind of mix the orange and the yellow together. And then I might go back to orange again. So you can kind of keep blending those two colors together. And you can do that with the cool colors as well. So that's where you're welcome to experiment how that you would like that to look. So as I was coloring, some of the orange from when I was blending is kind of showing up, so you can see it's still on there. You can always get a piece of scrap paper and clean that off. So if you don't want that showing up, if you don't mind, that's fine too, but that's how you can clean that oil pastel before you want maybe that pure color that's not mixed with something. So when you feel like you have colored all of the spaces that you would like colored with oil pastel or crayon, we will stop there, and then we will do our watercolor step next class.